The past year has been unprecedented. From the coronavirus pandemic to mandatory government lockdowns to supply chain interruptions and skyrocketing material costs. It's been difficult for all of us. But despite this, Pequea has continued to try and improve. So today what I'd like to do is show you what we've done over the past year to continue to improve. The parts department here at Pequea went through a full redesign in order to aid in the efficiency and speed at which we fulfill orders. Now our parts manager, John Davenport, is going to take us through what he's done.
Here in the parts department, we strive to do everything as efficiently as possible. I'm actually standing where our old parts counter used to be. Our new office is designed to allow the three of us to work together efficiently and also have our own spaces and be quiet while other people are on the phone. We also completely redesigned our packing stations and added more shelving so we can keep our parts stocked for you guys. We are now getting ready to stock our new Can-Ag parts for our Pro Liner series and also getting ready to add on to the V12 series and SF5 series.
Thanks, John. Now we're going to head over to our plating line to see what's new over there.
Behind me you'll see our zinc plating operations. We've increased our capabilities by making small changes and additions, giving the customer better value. We are currently working on further enhancing it by updating and improving our wastewater treatment. In the future, we are looking to add colors or possibly larger tanks to accommodate bigger parts. We continue to grow as an organization and as a plating for outside customers. Even our competitors come to Pequea to get their parts plated.
Thanks, Lauren. Now we'll have Jim Westlake take over. He's going to tell us about our new laser cutter and about our robotic welder.
I'm Jim Westlake, the plant manager here at Pequea Machine. So last year we invested in a brand new fiber laser. We were running a 10 by 22 Messer high-def plasma table. But with plasma cutting you have lots of quality problems and capacity problems. So our demand grew a lot last year, so we invested in a 15 kilowatt fiber laser. This machine here is made in Poland, but it is actually the largest production fiber laser in the world at this point. A lot of advancements have been made in the fiber laser cutting industry, but this machine here is a proven 15 kilowatt fiber machine. So it'll cut anywhere from light gauge, 20 gauge, all the way up to 2-inch material. We only cut 1 inch for our chippers, but this machine here is cutting 3/8 right now. And what's unique about the Eagle machine, not only is it a high power machine, but as you can see when it's cutting, the acceleration from point to point is unmatched in the world. It's very fast. So with our old machine, we had a 10 by 22 table, so we could cut 4 plates at once. This machine, with its acceleration, with 1 sheet at a time, it'll cut about 4 times as much material as our old plasma cutter. And with fiber cutting, laser on thick material and thin material, the accuracy is perfect. The repeatability is tens of thousands, and the repeatability of the hole sizes are in the thousands. So our quality control is a lot easier for plate and sheet parts, and we can see that happen throughout the whole shop. You see welders are not messing with die grinding holes and fixing things. Everything comes right to the welders and the assembly guys in perfect condition. So it's been a very good investment for us. We'll do an update here in a few months. We're getting some automation for this machine, so we're going to have an automatic sheet load and unload station, so it'll take some of the labor out of it. So stay tuned for that. So this is our robotic welding cell. We've had this in service for about 3 years now. It's an ABB IRB 2600 robotic welding arm. There's 2 of them, as you can see in the back. And we use a 1000K positioner. So this is a Ferris wheel type positioner. So while it's welding behind us, the operator can be loading, unloading while the machine is welding. So 1 man operating. Typically with a 1 robotic arm you get about 3 people's productivity. So in this setup, theoretically you're getting about the productivity of 6 people. So 1 operator, we're getting a lot of production for all of our tedders that we weld on in the robotic welding cell. So this is Gabe Abreu. He came to us here about a year ago or so. He's the welding automation manager here at Pequea. So he's going to tell our customers here what the benefits are of us using robotic welding instead of manually welding everything like we used to do. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the benefits of automation instead of manual welding?
One of the benefits is get consistent welds out of the robot. We'll have less human error for getting welds. The welds are whatever I set it at, so once we get a good product out, we run with that and we can consistently weld parts for the rest of the part's life.
And you have a lot of, when you have a lot of welds like this, as we've seen in manual setups before, you get a lot of different from part to part to part. This might be a cold weld, or one guy might weld it vertical, but with robotics, it's going to be pretty much the same all the time. You can't really change it.
Right.
To change the way you weld it, you have to reprogram it, and that's not an easy task. So how many guys work over in this department on a typical tedder production day?
Without the robot or with the robot?
With the robot in the cell here.
With the robot, there's 2 of us right now.
So two guys are welding all the tedder wings and some of the 6-star wheel weldments. So to give you an example of how much impact this has on production, last year we had about a 40% unit production increase over the previous year, and this year so far we're at about 40% in tedder production, and we haven't really added anybody new. So 3 years ago, before we had the robot, we're doing more than double than we are now with roughly the same amount of people. So you get a lot of production out of a robotic welding system and a lot of consistency. So right now, this is what we have for now. We're actually adding a second cell. It's a little baby version of this one here. We're going to be putting it over here where the chippers are welded right now. So stay tuned. In a couple months, you'll see a new video with a new robotic cell to show off.
On behalf of Pequea, I'd like to thank you all for your continued support. 2021 has been an incredible year, and we look forward to an even better 2022.